You can't always trust what you see on TV or read in tabloids. Many times when celebs are pushed into the spotlight, they don't know how to react. Because of this, when something goes wrong, the media can have a field day turning celebrities into bad guys. We are here to set the record straight and let you know the truth about some of the world's most misunderstood celebs. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. Today we are showing you 10 evil celebs who secretly have a heart of gold. Just wait until you see how much of a softie one American Idol judge is now since becoming a father. Stay tuned to see who. Justin Bieber. He's one of the most hated celebrities on the planet, but there is more to Justin Bieber than meets the eye. The singer started off on YouTube when he was only 12 years old. He was basically raised in the spotlight, so of course he made all his childish mistakes in the spotlight as well. Because of this, he has earned himself the title of a bad boy. People may have it wrong because the Biebs may not be that bad of a guy after all. What bad guy cries on stage? Well, that is exactly what happened to Bieber during his performance of What Do You Mean at the 2015 MTV Video Music Awards. He was so overcome by the support and love from his fans that he actually broke down on stage. Plus, he has a soft spot for his younger fans. He's constantly posting photos of them on his Instagram and Twitter accounts. He is also known for his charity work. Did you know that the singer has made more than 250 wishes come true with the Make-A-Wish Foundation? That is pretty impressive for anyone, let alone a busy star like the Biebs. So next time you hear someone saying harsh things about Justin Bieber, tell them to cut the guy some slack. He really is a sweet guy when you cut to the core of him. Mariah Carey. We know Mariah Carey is quite the diva, but does that make her evil? Some people might think so. No one will forget when her tour rider was released and it featured some pretty incredible demands. The items on the list included things like 20 white kittens, 100 doves, and butterfly-shaped confetti. It would be easy to assume all this is a bit unnecessary, but then again, she is a pop diva and people are willing to give her what she wants. The good news is, Mimi, as she likes to call herself, isn't as bad as her rider may make her out to be. You would think that everywhere she goes, she makes a strange show out of the experience, but as one Vice reporter found out, it isn't true. During a luncheon for the pop singer celebrating her newly cemented star on the Walk of Fame, things were less than exciting. Carey showed up 2 hours late, but instead of being a diva, she just listened to her music and ate lunch like an average human. Sometimes it's hard to separate a person's celebrity status and the fact that they are just a person. Apparently, Mariah Carey is just that. Plus, she's also done a ton of charity work over the years, so she isn't as bad as the tabloids make her out to be. Robert Downey Jr. The 90s were a tough decade for Robert Downey Jr. He was in and out of rehab and making horrible headlines. It was a decade when the world kind of turned their back on the guy. Thanks to his notorious role as Tony Stark in Iron Man, he has made a total comeback. Though Stark isn't necessarily a bad guy, Robert Downey Jr. seems to turn into character rather naturally. Is there a little bit of arrogance in the actor as well? Who knows? But because of his past and some of the roles he chooses to portray, many people think he might actually be a jerk in real life. We are here to tell you this couldn't be further from the truth. In real life, Downey Jr. is pretty awesome. He even tweets to his youngest fans when they are having a bad day, like little Aiden whose brother injured him while they were playing, and the actor told him to put some ice on it. Or the story where Downey Jr. invited a young fan with cystic fibrosis to a movie premiere with him. On top of that, he is hilarious. Just look at him posting in a tiger onesie like he isn't the face of Marvel's Iron Man. We've got to hand it to the guy because when it comes to celebrities, he's top-notch. Kanye West. Yes, we know what he did to Taylor Swift was terrible. We also know that he has a rather large chip on his shoulder, but hear us out. Kanye West is a lot to handle, but we think he is just misunderstood. He may think he is an immortal in a world of mortals, but he is also an amazing family man. The things he says about his wife Kim Kardashian West are enough to make any woman's heart melt. Their connection was pretty much instant for the rapper, even though it took Kim K a few years to figure it out. That, of course, didn't stop Kanye from trying. He's even admitted that he was in love with Kardashian before he was ever able to talk to her. That's some pretty serious love, don't you think? That must mean that Kanye has a soft spot somewhere deep inside all the madness and headlines. Now, when it comes to what he did to Taylor Swift, we have to look at it from Kanye's point of view. He was so upset that his friend Beyonce didn't get Album of the Year that he had to do something about it. No, storming the stage on live TV probably wasn't the best way to address the issue, but wouldn't you want a friend to do something like that for you? Howard Stern. If you have ever listened to The Howard Stern Show, then you probably already know why he is on this list. He says the craziest things on air and is often belittling to his fans. Over the years, he has grown a little softer, but that doesn't mean he has given up on his bad boy ways. After getting married in 2008, it seems like Stern's wife has been able to make over her men. Did you know that the radio show host likes to paint in watercolor? According to his wife, Beth Stern, he loves to paint her pictures and leave sweet notes on them. Who knew Howard Stern was such a Casanova? Not only that, but Beth and Howard Stern are huge animal rights activists. Over the holidays in 2016, the couple and a group of friends raised money to help pay for the adoption fees of local shelter pets. This led to 250 animals finding forever homes. And for even more proof the shock jock is a softie, here are some photos of him with kittens. Apparently, there isn't a cat you put in front of Howard Stern that he doesn't fall in love with. Just look at him melt over this tiny gray kitten in his arms. We knew a good guy was hiding underneath that bad boy persona. Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton started rubbing people the wrong way in the early 2000s when she claimed to have no idea what a Walmart was. Then she was arrested for a DUI and made a plea deal and received 3 years probation. The next month, she was pulled over for speeding and driving without headlights. The only problem was, she wasn't supposed to be behind the wheel. Because of this, the reality star received a sentence of 45 days in jail. While behind bars, she famously complained about the food, and people basically told her if she didn't want to do time, she shouldn't have done the crime. Since her release from jail, Hilton hasn't let this dark time in her life define her. Though she may seem like a bad girl, she's actually lovely. Just look at all the animals she's rescued. Back in 2011, she walked into a pet shop and adopted 20 rabbits that were meant to be fed to the store of snakes. Hilton basically has a mini zoo with all the animals she's hoarding. She can't seem to find it in her heart to get rid of them or their offspring. Thankfully, she has the means to give them a good home and a happy life. Shia LaBeouf. For someone who doesn't want to be famous anymore, he is having a hard time staying out of the spotlight. Retired actor Shia LaBeouf has had more than a few run-ins with the law in his recent years. His political views often get the best of him, and his passion turns into rage, which sometimes turns into violence. He has had a bad boy reputation for quite some time now, but he really tries to fight this image. How could you react if the world hated you so much that someone attacked a person for simply looking like you? Back in 2016, Mario Licato walked out of a New York City subway station and someone punched him. He began to fall down the stairs and he heard his attacker scream that it was because he looked like Shia LaBeouf. When words of the incident reached the actor, he was instantly remorseful. He called Licato on his work phone and left him a long, thoughtful voicemail. In the recording, LaBeouf gave him his condolences as well as telling him that it's happened to him before. He gave his number to Licato and begged him to call him back so that they could talk about it and hopefully find a silver lining. To the actor's credit, it must be hard to stay nice in a world where strangers want to punch you for no reason. Angelina Jolie. It's no secret that Hollywood A-lister Angelina Jolie is a bit different. She once wore a vial of her ex-husband's blood around her neck. She kissed her brother very passionately on the Oscars red carpet. She's even the reason why everyone's favorite couple, Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt, got a divorce. All this doesn't make her a bad person. In fact, all the good she has done in the world totally outweighs her questionable past. After a few mission trips in the early 2000s, Jolie started getting deep into her humanitarian work. She became a UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador and in that time has visited over 30 countries on mission trips. She's so committed to her humanitarian causes that she's even risked her life. While on a trip in Afghanistan, the actress wrote a farewell letter to then-husband Brad Pitt after she found out she was the target of an upcoming attack. Thankfully, she made it out alive, but she was willing to give up her own life for the cause. Her primary focus in her missionary work is to help people who are refugees from war-torn countries, not to mention all the foundations she's set up to help the children of these countries. Considering she is a mother of 6, 3 of which she adopted, we find it hard to believe Angelina Jolie is evil. Gordon Ramsay. He's one of the scariest guys you will ever find in the kitchen, and Chef Gordon Ramsay is fighting to keep it that way. Sadly, he is having a hard time because as the years go on, people are catching on to his real personality. He may be loud and cruel to adult chefs on his shows like Kitchen Nightmares or Hell's Kitchen, but it might all be an act. In fact, according to his family, Ramsay is a giant teddy bear. There is something about the chef when he is around his family and children in general. He melts like butter, and sometimes it's even caught on camera. Remember that time time he calmed a crying chef who was worried she oversalted her mashed potatoes in MasterChef Junior, or the fact that he is a big proponent for Red Nose Day, which is an organization that raises money for over 2,000 projects in the UK and worldwide. It just goes to show you can't always believe everything that you see on TV. The shows he stars in make higher ratings because of his unpredictable personality, but when you get down to it, Gordon Ramsay is a stand-up guy, like when he's bending over to give cute bulldogs a sweet kiss on the head. Simon Cowell. When he first launched American Idol, fans couldn't stand the rude and seemingly cold Simon Cowell. He was often booed during live shows for giving brutally honest reviews of the contestants' performances. Now, while he is still getting booed now and then on America's Got Talent, something has changed about the celebrity judge. For years, people thought he was one of the meanest men on television, but now he seems to have gone soft. The X Factor creator has been spotted on more than one occasion loving up to his little Yorkies. He even dresses them up in cute outfits. Just look at them in their sweet Christmas sweaters, or this picture of the dogs rocking their Union Jack hoodies. Apparently, it isn't only his pups that make Simon Cowell weak. If you have ever seen him with his son, then there is no question how crazy Cowell is for his family. Look how happy he is holding his baby while he eats watermelon. Is this not the most adorable father and son photo ever? We have to admit, we are digging this softer side of Simon Cowell. Hopefully, he only gets better with age, and he stays this way for a while. Are you surprised by any of the celebs on this list? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe to The Taco.